Hi there everyone, welcome back to another English update, reviewing some of the best chunks that were introduced in classes over my classes last week. Today I'll share another 5 hopefully quite useful phrases with you. Before I get started, if you do find any difficulty hearing exactly what I'm saying as I go through, do check my comment below the video where I've written out each chunk. If there's one which you think you can make a sentence with yourself, then please leave your own comment and I can give you some feedback on how you do. And lastly, if you know someone who you think might enjoy these videos too, then please do share it with them. So on to the first one for today. This one is it's an idiom which I noticed a student didn't know the other day, so I thought I'd explain it to you guys. And it is rags to riches. Rags to riches is an idiom which refers to usually a story, which might be true or might not, which is where someone goes from rags, which is meaning a situation which is quite bad, maybe poor, to riches, which is kind of self-explanatory. So the clue is in the word rags and the meaning of that. So rags usually refers to kind of old pieces of material which you might use for kind of messy tasks. So you might have like an oily rag which you use to polish a wooden tool. You might use rags to wipe oil off of an engine or something like that if you're working on your car. So rags are kind of messy, unclean, maybe torn, reused pieces of material. So going from rags to riches is going from a situation where your clothes are maybe messy, you're dressed in rags, to a situation of riches instead. Next one for today is another idiom, and it's too little, too late. This one's kind of self-explanatory actually the whole way through. It's when you don't do enough, basically, and what you did do is or wasn't done early enough to be effective. So this could be used in like a medical scenario, for example, that maybe the doctors caught an infection or a really awful disease too late, and so even though they tried to help you and they did all they can, it was too little, too late. Perhaps if someone's preparing for an exam, they might spend all night the day before the exam studying. I'm sure this is familiar to lots of us, this situation, but unfortunately it was too little, too late. Even though they tried really hard, it was just too small an amount and they did it too late. So it wasn't good enough. The third one is a very, very simple one, which I thought maybe you don't know, and that is a round number. So I'm not sure what the collocation would be in another language. I don't think I know how to say this in any other language. But a round number usually refers to tens or kind of other nice looking numbers, I guess. So any number like if you have 47, that wouldn't be a round number. 50 would be, 100 would be, 600 would be. They're numbers which end in a zero, by and large. The fourth one is collocation to give it everything. Here, when you say it, I suppose technically you mean your attempt or your try, but usually I suppose it isn't particularly thought of as meaning anything. It's just a set phrase. So give it everything just means try very hard. So I don't know, perhaps what could it be? Maybe if you're at the gym and you're trying to push for a PR, you want to get a new record for yourself on a particular weight, then you would really give it everything, or even give it all you've got, which is just try as hard as you can, put everything into it, and maybe get your PR. And the final one today is routine checkup, which is another set phrase, a collocation, which refers to visiting the doctor, not for anything special, and usually not because you're ill even. When you go for a routine checkup, it's just making sure that everything's still good, making sure you're still healthy. Personally, I don't go for routine checkups at the doctor. I'm not sure, perhaps it's just in my family, we don't have a habit of doing it, or maybe it's to do with British culture. I honestly don't know about that. But I do go for routine checkups at the dentist, so you can also use it there. It's generally something which collocates with medical professionals and visits to the hospital or the doctor, the GP. Cool, so that's 5 chunks for today. If you'd like to test yourself on these, maybe review, you can use the Quizlet link in the description below. And you can also find the Quizlet sets for all of my other English update videos there too. So I hope you've liked this, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.